Hey everyone, it's Dragon Rider. Let's take a look at Hearthstone's newest expansion announcement for Titans. Now, Titans are definitely something that come from WoW, World of Warcraft, and I know some players have been pretty excited to see Titans. So I am very excited to see what they have in this announcement post and see what Titans is all about. Of course, they have the expansion reveal video that you can watch. There's always a bit more in-depth information there. I just love this screenshot there. It's fantastic. But let's take a look. It says, before the age of mortals, Titans came to the world. These massive beings used arcane magic and ancient technology to imprison old gods and bring order to the planets. Now, it is interesting. If you have played WoW, there are definitely a lot of quests and different stuff where you see some of these Titans and you kind of follow some of that storyline. But if you don't know anything about WoW, I do feel like Hearthstone has done a very good job of kind of creating these characters, creating these fun things in Hearthstone that still kind of tell a story, that still have characters and are fun, even if you don't know the World of Warcraft lore. So I'm excited for this. I love this this game board. I do love this globe. That's definitely something that I've seen in World of Warcraft. So this is the new game board. There's always a new game board with these, so I can't wait to start messing with that when I get it in game with this new patch and see what all the clickable things are. Now, as I mentioned in my patch 26.6 video, which if you haven't checked out, you can find that in the link for that in the description. But it is launching on August 1st, and it will have the 145 cards. That is pretty typical and standard here. But this is pretty exciting. So you can see they will have the schedule up to, for card reveals. So you can check that out and see when all of those reveals will be happening. And then, of course, they want to talk about some of the stuff for the expansion. So, Legendary Titans and Keepers. Okay, it says each class gets a Titan, a celestial being born of a world soul like Azeroth. Sure. Minions with the new Titan keyword have 3 special activated abilities that they use instead of their normal attack. Oh, each turn, including the turn you play them, you can choose to activate one of those abilities. Wow. Okay, and once an ability is used, it can't be chosen again. Once all 3 have been used, the Titan attacks normally instead of with abilities. Wow, that is really different than anything that they have done before. That animation is fantastic too. But that's really cool. So you can see that there's these 3 different ones, and knowing that each class is going to get their own Titan, I think this is really cool. It makes them feel powerful without it being maybe incredibly overpowered like some of the Death Knights or some of the hero, class hero cards were. Maybe some of these will still be very strong, but I am pretty interested in this Titan ability and using these. Also, I think the fact that you have to use, all 3 of the abilities before you get to attack normally, there's going to be a lot of interesting decision making with which of the abilities you want to use and what order you want to use those abilities in. So I think for strategy and planning your turns, that's going to be a really cool concept as well. I'm really excited to check that out. Now, it says the Titans created powerful keepers that they imbued with powers. The keepers were left to create, nourish, and protect. Sure. So each class gets one of the legendary minions as well. So they show a couple of those here, a Hunter legendary and a Paladin legendary. Honestly, these are my 2 favorite classes, so I'm excited we get to see these first. So Hodier, Father of Giants for Hunter. It's an 8 mana 8/8 battle cry. Set the stats of the next 3 minions you play to 8/8. Wow, that is super, super cool. It is 8 mana, so it takes a little while to get to that point, but okay. You do have to play them. They can't be summoned minions. So that is one little caveat. And tier here for Paladin, 7 mana 4/5. Battlecry, resurrect a 2, 3, and 4 attack Paladin minion. Very interesting there. It is very specific that it is resurrecting, so you had to have had those things die. They have to be those attack, and they have to be specifically paladin minions. I think that fits with the kind of theme of, just the all paladin cards, so that could fit in there. But honestly, even if you just have some paladin minions that you play, even if it's not all paladin cards, I think could still be pretty interesting. This isn't necessarily the best body on its own, 7 mana 4/5, but resurrecting multiple minions, especially if you think about those minions potentially having rush or having divine shields, you could get a lot of benefit. So pretty interesting there. I'm interested to see how these work out. And then it does mention that there's going to be a dedicated Titans lore blog coming soon. So you'll be able to get more information about the powerful beings and their impact. Now, of course, we got to get to the new keyword, though. New keyword, Forge. Like the Titans and the Keepers, you can hold the power of creation in your hands. I'm ready. Cards with the Forge keyword can be dragged over to your deck and upgraded into its forged form for 2 mana. Okay. So that's really interesting. Okay, let's take a look at this one here. This is a choose one nature spell. So it's a druid spell. You can see under the mana, that little like blacksmith type of symbol to represent forge. And that's very similar to the tradable kind of effect that they have there, right? Same thing, dragging it over the deck. Now, you'll pay 2 mana instead of 1 like you do for tradable, but okay, let's look at this. So it's 1 mana, Embrace of Nature, 1 mana nature spell. Draw a choose one card, Forge. It has both effects combined. Okay. That's pretty interesting. And then it shows the forged version here. It just says forged. Draw a choose one card. It has both effects combined. So you do have to pay the 2 to do that. It does seem like the difference here, though, you would drag this over your deck. You pay the 2 mana to upgrade it, and then you'll have to pay the 1 to play the forged card itself. So in order to get that forged effect, you're essentially paying 3. But when you drag it over the deck to upgrade it, it won't put it back in the deck and cycle it like it does for tradable. You will just forge it and it will upgrade. So that is pretty cool. Definitely a new keyword and a new kind of concept that they're trying here. That's going to be really cool to try out and see what strategies people come up with. Also a returning keyword, magnetic. Magnetic, definitely a theme with the core set this year. So kind of cool to see this. Of course, Titans brought advanced technologies. So yeah, let's look at these magnetic minions. There's a paladin one, noble minibot. Minibot is back. Let's go. It's a 2 mana 2/3 mech with magnetic. After this attacks, give a random minion in your hand +1/+1. Okay. I mean, honestly, that's not terrible. And a 2 mana little body having magnetic is really nice, actually. So cheap magnetic is super great. Plus you get an upside. And oh my gosh, the spider SP 3Y3 D3R spider. Fantastic. It is a 3 mana 3/4 mech and beast with magnetic and stealth for 1 turn. That's pretty interesting. It looks like a rogue card. Okay. So 3 mana 3/4 with magnetic. It has 2 types, that mech and the beast. And then, of course, they mention in this, which I did talk about in that patch 26.6 video as well, this neutral location, Prison of Yogg-Saron. So this is neutral. All classes can play it. Honestly, I am not a fan of the coloring here around the edging. I just feel like it looks so similar to the rogue card, and it looked like a rogue location at first to me. But it is neutral. All classes can play it. But you will get that for free upon logging in. So you can play that. It's a 7 mana location with 3 uses. Choose a character, cast 4 random spells, targeting it if possible. So definitely could go a lot of different ways with how you want to use that. And now let's look at these signature cards. Here's the new signature look. The signature cards in Titans will have a new art style representing the history, mythology, and grandeur, of course. So here's an example, Hodor, Father of Giants. This is that hunter legendary that they showed. Pretty cool to show the like legend symbol at the top and then have like just a little bit of the class color at the bottom to represent that. I think this looked pretty sleek. There's enough color in the art itself to me that it pops, you know, with that blue of his actual body kind of really pops. It's not super bright and like rainbowy colors like we kind of saw with the last expansion, but I still think these look really sleek. This I like a lot. There are 15 different signature cards for Titans. And of course, as they have before, you can disenchant them, but you cannot craft them. So if you are somebody who doesn't care about the signature cards, you can disenchant those for dust if you would like to. You can open them in packs, you know, in shop offers, or you can get through special means like in-game events. The mega bundle, it did look like had a legendary signature. So you'll be able to get that signature card that way as well. And speaking of that, here it is. The Mega Bundle includes 80 Titans packs, 5 Golden Titans card packs, a random signature legendary, 1 random Golden legendary card, and a Diamond Ziliax legendary card. Ooh. A Death Knight hero skin and card back. So it kind of shows some of that a little bit small here in this little side chest, but the Diamond Ziliax as well, pretty interesting. I think that's a really cool way to kind of incorporate that magnetic ability and that magnetic keyword with this set, and giving, you know, Ziliax, which is a core card, but being able to have that diamond version of a core card as well. Pretty neat. Then the regular bundle is going to be 60 packs with 2 legendaries and the card back as well. So you can see that there. Pre-purchases are available until the launch on August 1st, so make sure that you get those, and I'm sure there's going to be a ton of creators and things that are going to be providing, right, like bundle giveaways if you're interested in that. So I don't know, this card pack looks super cool. I love the, like, you know, the galaxy celestial type of look. I'm sure there's going to be some really cool artwork with some of the celestial like minions and things too. So I can't wait to see some of that art. But I'm pretty excited. I think this seems pretty neat so far. I really am intrigued by the Forge keyword especially, and I want to see more of those cards and get to see how it feels in practice. I think in terms of keywords, like Discover has been very, very popular. Even they kept the tradable. It was going to rotate out, but then people loved it so much that they actually made it a permanent keyword. And Forge seems like it might be following in that same path already as well. So if Forge is also something that people like a lot, I can definitely see that potentially becoming a more permanent or at least semi-permanent, like returning type mechanic in the future. So I'm very interested to see that. But what do you think of the cards that were shown? What do you think of the Titans concept and of the new keyword? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned for giveaways for these bundles as well. I'm sure that I will be able to give some of these bundles away. So thank you everybody for checking this out. And if you didn't already, go ahead and check out the video of my thoughts on the overall 26.6 patch notes, and I'll see you in the next one.